What it do, peoples, what it do. Anyway, guys, all right, here we go. We're going to get into some things today, but mostly it's Q&A. I am, like you, getting ready for camp, so I'm super curious as to what you guys are thinking of bringing. What are you going to carry? What's going to be your content creation rig? Let's talk about those things. I need to buy some new stuff for the iPhone 15. I have a universal cage, but I'm also going to look for something that like hugs the phone completely. I have a SanDisk drive that I would use for my filming. However, as you know, recently SanDisk drives have been failing like nobody's business. So going to not chance the SanDisk drive for this particular setup because we are going to all be hanging out together. There'll be some once in a lifetime type shots, and I don't want to risk that. So we're going shopping for a new drive today. I have tested it. Totally works. It's been quite amazing. It's just really cool how when you plug in your phone and you plug in the drive and you're able to just see that connection. What's really strange because they are fast enough, but I don't understand why. According to Apple specs, you only need. Sorry, my cart full of my gear is back there, so I can't open my drawer. According to Apple specs, you only need 220 megabits per second transfer rate on a drive in order for that drive to hella try to function. However, my older SanDisk drives didn't work at all. Strangely enough, Luis said 3 cameras in the phone. All right, Luis, what are those 3 cameras? I'm curious. How are you curious? I'm like, do I want to bring my ZV E1 or do I just want to go straight phones? I also am probably going to do a lot of recording with the Osbot Tail Air because I'm still testing it and it can record directly to itself and it follows really well. So there's some curiosity there. Oh my God. Nothing sucks more than you get this 2 little trickles of water into your Apple Watch band, and then it's only wet in that one area. It feels dumb. I gotta fix that. Vicky said use the Samsung Evo Pro with the small rig enclosure. Okay, that's a good look there. The Samsung Evo Pro and the enclosure. Now, what's funny is I have a couple of the new smart disc enclosures coming, but they're not going to be here in time for camp, which is dumb. I really thought they would be here by now, but there's these really cool enclosures that are super, super tiny. Let me pull that up in just a splitsies. I'm just fixing my watch. Remember, when you got hairy ass arms, and certain bands on the Apple Watch will just snatch the arm hairs straight out you, like you didn't need that. All right, thanks for that, Apple Watch. Hold on, I'm tweaking over here because the other thing is I'm also super anal about cleaning the old screen there. All right, I'm headed to Cap on Wednesday. So I have less time to play than you guys. Also, when you guys order stuff from Amazon, you get it in 2 days. It normally takes me longer. So somewhat of a challenge there. But hey, you know what? I'm always down for a challenge. You stupid, Rob. What is up, Volsies? All right, let me get the old Amazon open. We're going to do a couple of shoppings today. And then we're going to do some other creative type situations here. So let me close that, get to here, and then boom. Bite. It bit. Yay. All right, let's go. Amazon. Yes. I haven't sent to someone who's going to camp. Yeah, no, I can just send it straight to headquarters. It's my office address. Hello. So yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if I wanted to have it in my hand prior to leaving, that just doesn't really happen for me. Yeah, it's a weird thing. So check these out. So it's like duck case or duck case. Sorry, I don't know why I want to say duck case. I ordered something like this, but it's more rugged, and this will hold the really small but fast NVMe drives, and like these is super tiny. Like look at that, 43.5 millimeters by 43.5 millimeters, like super tiny. And what's really cool is it tells you like how much space you have on there, like your whole speeds, the whole 9 yards. And now, compliments of some really fast cableage, you can get some of these drives that will do like 2,000 megabytes per second, which is dope. So, you know, I ordered something like this. It's a newer version. It's coming from the old starter of Kicks, made by the same company, but it has like a rugged enclosure. And unfortunately, that sucker is not going to be here in time. So I kind of just got to wing it. But this would have been perfect for the phone. It might be a little beefy for the phone as far as the thickness goes, but, you know, is what it is. So most of my friends that are doing testing have found that the Samsung S7s or T7, sorry, those are pretty much solid. I did some work this week and I used the Samsung T7 rugged. And my only thoughts about this is, I don't know. It's just me, and this is purely just me being a dick. I don't see why anybody would want to buy 1050 SSDs when you can buy 2,000 at this point. You know what I mean? But the dope part about 1050s is they're cheap, and it is way more than fast enough because Apple says 220. So 1050 is almost 5 times faster, 4.866666666666 whatever, but I just can't bring myself to buy slow drives. So normally what you would do is hit the SanDisk Extreme Pro. Boom. Not that, not SD. Never mind. Get off of that. The Extreme Pros are gangster because look, they do 2,000, but so recently everything over the 2 terabytes have been eating it. Now the 2 terabytes are supposed to be good, but I'm not going to chance it because this is your video. This is your, you know, you're out here in these here streets with your homies, once in a lifetime shots. Like, it's not worth risking that. And it's funny because I actually, when I bought these for all the moderators, I could only order 5 at a time, so I had to order through like 3 different accounts. But all the Ecamm moderators got these for Christmas. So, I mean, as far as the 2 terabytes go, they have been bulletproof as far as I know. But, yeah, it's kind of a catch-22. Like, do I want to chance that, or do I want to go ahead and get something new? You know what I mean? So that has been the challenge. Let's look at the small rig enclosure. This is what Big E got. Oh, see, I don't want to do a gum pack enclosure because it doesn't really fit. It doesn't really fit the form factor of an iPhone. Now, if I go and rig it all out with my cage and stuff, I guess. But yeah, Me not gonna do that, right? David, I'm with you, man. Like, so in the past, you were gravy if you got a SanDisk, right? They were just like the best in the business. But at this point in time, that they out here in these streets acting goofy, I don't want to do that. You know, I forgot to check my fam over here. Strangely enough, let's see if I remember correctly, is Seagate, whereas the rest are Western Digitals. SanDisk is Western Digital. Extreme external SSD. Let's see what they kicking in the externally SSD game. See, they still got the beefies. We're talking about the small little guys is what we're looking for. So that ain't going to work either. Actually, I don't want. And the other thing is, a lot of people are like, oh, just get the secure ones. Let's see how small this is. I don't want no secure. That's kind of big. You can just tell in the picture next to the set of headphones. That's huge. That's huge. Yeah, for OWC. Let's go direct on that. So now y'all see how I do my my product research before I buy some joint. You know what I mean? I actually have OWC SSD, but I don't think they have the little tiny suckers. Let me just do this. External SSDs. The cool joints is like the Samsung, the T7, one of the Western Digitals, like they're all small. Man, I said external SSD, and that's what you gave me? These big daddies? See, yeah, none of these are small. I have this right here on the desk. It's actually plugged in right now. So that's too big. Envoy Express might kick it, but I feel like that's still in the pencil size like Bicky got. And again, it's small enough, right? But I think the pencil size doesn't really fit the form factor of an iPhone as well. Let me see if I can eject my pencil size. Oh, actually, I got one right here. Well, I had it yesterday. There it is. Move your body. All right, so here's a what I'm calling pencil size, right? They're just long, skinny, like a pack of gum, right? And then when you line that up against an iPhone, like, yeah, not the droid I'm looking for. So even some of the newer, smaller ones, let me see if I can eject the one that I have mounted. Hold on, little brother. Remember, the SanDisk are 4 terabytes are the ones that are crashing. Like they're the ones that are like eating everybody's lunch, right? So I have a SanDisk 2 terabyte Extreme Pro, but my reservation is that they've been acting silly. So let me see if I can eject that. Nope, I can't eject that because I'm using it. Sorry. Okay, let me see if I can eject the OWC. The OWC did eject. Eject, eject, eject. All right, so this is the size of the OWC, and as you can see, it's the size of an iPhone. So not a good look. But let me check to see if June is talking about the rubber SanDisk. Disconnect. Nobody wants to talk to you, fam. Man, SanDisk, they got everybody scared at this point. Oh yeah, I saw these. These are also a little bit large, but these also might not be having the same crashy behavior that the other 4 terabytes are having. Let me see in reference. Da, 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 da. Boom. Tough acting, 10 acting. That's kind of big. What is the size? Dur, 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 dur. It is 4 inch by 2 inch by half inch, which makes it kind of hugified if I compare it to one of the OGs, right? Because this is how big the SanDisk ones are. You guys all know, right? So definitely skinnier than a half inch. But you know what? It might be 4 inch by 2 inch. Let me see. If I go by millimeters, let's investigation. Let's do one of these, and hit one of this. Boom. If we go by millimeters, we have just under 5 millimeters by 9.5 millimeters. You know what I mean? So, yes. Let's see. Wait a minute. That's centimeters, you dork. Oh my God. What a ding dong. So yeah, 5 centimeters is 2 inches. And then so yeah, June might be right. That might be a good look. That might be a good look. So it's about 2 inches by 3.75, 3.25 by 2. And so this the one that we're looking at here is slightly bigger, but not by much. Right. And it's a little fatter, but that has to do with the case. The cool thing about this case is it. Oh wait, let me switch. The cool thing about this case is it has heat distribution, and the good thing about this drive is I think it can do like up to 3,000. Yes, it can do up to 3,000 reads and 2,500 writes, which is ridiculously fast. So that actually not a bad option. Actually not a bad option. Little beefier than I would like, but you know, yeah. So there's that thought. Anyway, so curious, what else? Anybody bring anything cool? Yeah, I'm currently same here. I'm currently a little bit shy of them, but you know, this happens. Companies have situations where they buy a bunch of chips from somebody and them joints don't work, and then so now they gotta like just eat it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, most people are good. I never do 1280 by 720 anything that hurts my soul. That absolutely hurts my soul. Here's how I do it. Boom. Window resizer. Let's see. Let's get you to the hey, upgrade the pro to remove this message. Aw, cute. The it's called window resizer, and you can find it in the Chrome extension store like this here. That is the one, and it works amazingly. It was offered by Lynn, but it works amazingly. No, you don't have to give $4 for the pro version, but considering for as long as I've been using it, maybe I should give this Lynn person $4. Actually, I take it back. This is the one that I use. I use the one that runs offline, which I like better. Anyway, let me give you the linky link so you can go direct. And considering I've been using it for like 2 years, I'm going to go ahead and give Lynn this $4 of my life because, yeah, you got to support the people that make goods. It's very simple, and it does what it does. You know what I mean? Like, you come over here and you hit your resizer. You can resize to any myriad things. And even if I went to 2560 by 1440 and pull it off the edge, it should still fix this window. You know what I mean? So I tend to use 1920 by 1080, but your mans does not speak 720. That is, that is 2000 and late. Yeah, Bicky, that's the name of the drive I was trying to think of. The Crucial X10. That is exactly what I was trying to think of. These are pretty good, and they have a decent case. And these guys are always on sale. That's another one thing about Crucial. Their stuff is always forever and a day on sale. Look, 107 in bones. Where's that Zon Life? And it does the 2000. That's the one I'm looking for. This is going to go down to absolute day. Yeah, Rich, I was going to disconnect it to show everybody what you mean, but that one again, it's a little on the pencil size and it's a little thick, right? You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's the best SSD in the planet. I've been rocking that joint, as you know, since we started this mess like 3 years ago. It's still fast as sin, and it clocks like 27, 28 on disk reads, but I couldn't eject it right now because that's my Ecamm assets folder lives on that drive. You know what I mean? When we do the shows and whatnot. So if I wasn't live, I can pull it. So I can show you guys in the Discord later when we're not live. But yeah, if you're looking for just a drive for your desk or something that you just want that's really, really quick and stable as hell, that's the drive. It's on my kit page, like Rich mentioned. That drive is sick. But the winner for today is Bicky, because that is the damn drive I was trying to think of. And look at that deal right there. 152 for a 2 terabyte, only 260 for a 4 terabyte, and it clocks in at a whopping 2,000, which means I trust it. You know what I mean? And I will go get that today. And oftentimes, let's double check, see, oftentimes, because I know it won't get here fast enough, if I go to the buy more and then tell them the Amazon price, they'll give it to you for that, which is kind of a dick move if you ask me. Best Buy just offered a low price in the first place. I shouldn't have to ask, player. Anyway, let's see what they got. One thing that's really weird, this one worked. Sometimes when you do what I just did, like copy the specific model number from Amazon and try it on Best Buy, it won't work, because what they do in order to not have to match pricing is they will give the Best Buy a different model number by like one digit or one letter. It's the exact same drive packaged differently so that they can get away with not having to match pricing. It's the same price. Oh, that's a low price. Yo, I'm going to Best Buy. Sold out. Melon Farmer, son of a batching, farging ice holes. No, it sold it out. I guess I have to order from Zon and send it to please come to Boston in the springtime. The old version, how fast was that? That's probably sold out everywhere just due to popularity. Yeah, see, the old version was the slower one, again, which works. But, yeah, that's what's fitting to happen. Let's see. Do I want to chance it? See, it's coming on the 3rd, and I leave like the next day. Do I trust these clowns to get it here in time? I might have to just do it. I might have to just do it and then pray. Pray. Thank you. Thank you. Al, that's funny as hell. But yes, I appreciate you, boss. Boom. Yeah, dude, Sabran drives are quick. I love them because they just fast. It was the same price, $260.99. Well, what are you talking about? Oh, because you know why? You were looking at 2 terabits. I'm looking at 4. So what if I just get the 2? At $149.99 for a limited time. And then blood clot, $152. It's yes. Okay. So yeah, I could just get it 2. You know what I mean? You just got to transfer more ish to the notebook when you get time. So good question, Curtis. However, Amesbury is not exactly Boston. It's close. It's like a 45-minute drive, But the closest Best Buy to Amesbury is actually in New Hampshire, and then the next closest one is actually in Maine. So it is possible, but yeah, I like to honestly, because I have run into this problem before. I like to have my stuff in hand before I leave, just because it gives me a better understanding of my pack out. It gives me a better understanding of weight distribution, and all of that stuff. And it gives me an opportunity to test things before I go. But yeah. Yes, exactly. Keely just came up with the game plan. There you go. Just order one here, see if it's going to make it. Order one to Boston, and if I get my one in time, I'm good. The backup one would be in Boston. If I don't, Amesbury. I'll stick to Amesbury to make it less confusing. Yes, Keely has the game plan. Yes, Keely has the game plan. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it's time for? It's time for the weekly rendition of somebody's favorite game show. So let me turn this off, and let me turn this off, and do like this. Boom. Here, let's make it brand oriented. I mean, we're going to do the damn thing. You might as well do it properly with proper brand colors. So let's do that. And then bam. And then update. Oh, you did an update. You jerk. See what happens when you try to be funny and it just don't come off because you clowning in these streets? Boom. That's what happens. Bam. Here we go. Take that. Wait. Oh my God. Why is the man crazy? There. There we go. Bro, I've been in that situation before. That's super funny. When you go to do a gig, right? And you think you have everything and you don't have it, and then you gotta like take a taxi. Yes, I have totally done that. I've totally spent $50 catching a taxi to get to a Fry's. All right, now Keely got jokes in these streets, but I'm gonna do that shit just because. Let's see. Oh, yo, you know what? I haven't done this yet, so I want to show you guys since we in here. This is a good learning opportunity. This is kind of sort of for everything that you use on your Mac, but it just so happens to work really well with the Ecamm of E. So let me show you that. Boom. All right, now it's correct. I'm going to show you guys a little trick. Let me hit the demo mode real quick. All right, so here we're in demo mode. I use this application that I absolutely love, and it's called SIP, right? And so as you can see right here, I have my whole LGL palette. One of the things that SIP allows me to do is to bring out this little thing right here, which is jumping all over the place because it wants to go to the side of a window. But it allows me to bring this so I can put palettes that are often used and keep them on deck, right? So like this palette right now, I definitely don't need it because it's BS. This is just me clipping colors throughout whatever for various projects, so I don't need that. I can delete that. Got my Ecamm extended palette. This one is wrong. Let me delete that. And then let me delete these, right? This just comes from installing the app on different computers. So I will leave it down to just keeping my Ecamm palette, my LGL palette, right? So I'm gonna delete a bunch of these. But I'll show you, even without an app as cool as this, which I just love, by the way. So once you get your palette sort of set up, you lock it so that you don't add anything to it additionally. Same thing with this one. You lock it. Anybody that's rocking Set app, you already get this. This is part of Set app. But what this app does, which is cool, is if I pick up a color from someplace, it puts it there, it drops the color code, but it actually already copies it to the clipboard. So if I was to come in here and hit you with a paste, it actually copies it to the clipboard. So when you hit the text color, you on your Mac color slider, you want to select RGB sliders, right? And then right here, you want to pop in your little color. You hit the little tab key and it switches, right? So now that is properly represented like that. And that's just me grabbing this joint from the desktop over here. But let me take it to you one step further. What are we spell checking? Oh, sorry. That's all right. That's all right. Anyway. Yeah, he said, oh, you're a 55-minute drive from Amesbury? Oh, dope. Then you're not coming to camp though, right? Then that means we're going to have to come over there and bother you. I normally am using my Mackie, but right now I'm using the Rodecaster because I just used the Mackie for a gig that I was doing and I haven't put it back in yet, right? Rafi, do you have Set app? If you don't, you should. Paul will hit you with the link, but the app is called SIP. It is dope. Let me show you in a second what I mean, but it is the business. It, again, is part of Set app. You can get it at sipapp.io. It's super cool. You can, I don't even know what they charge for this thing. It's just part of Set app. So I just use it because it's part of Set app. But it's like $20. It's worth every cent of $20. If you had to buy it straight, it's completely worth it. So, oh my God. Oh my God. Richie kills are bothering me. Hold on. Let me fix this. So that way I don't get in trouble. Okay. Anyway. So let me pull this back out. So here's the SIP app. You got your color picker. You have this thing right here where you can adjust palettes, pick a new palette or whatever. You also have your little color slider so you can mix colors or whatever. You can bring in something from the clipboard once you set it up. But what's cool, every time you copy a color from the web, it stays there. Now, you can adjust how the palette works, right? So you got your Android palettes, your CGC color palettes, your CSS palettes, whatever, however you want to set up. In our particular case, we want hex because that's what Ecamm understands, which is dope. But here's my favorite thing. So let me come over to Ecamm and open up a shape box real quick. And then let's hit on the color box. So you'll see here on Mac, because I recently did something stupid, I deleted my palette. So I just got the build. This is what you get when you first turn on your Mac, right? You get the grayscale slider, you get the RGB slider, the CMYK slider, and the HSB slider. What you want to do is come over here and create like a new palette, right? But let me show you something here. Let me get rid of this. Me not need that. I'm going to take this, come right over here to my LGL palette, click on the little boxes here, the mochi icon, and then I'm going to hit export. And you can export as Adobe Swatch Library. You could export it as a PDF, which is kind of gravy, right? Let's save that to the Desk Tizzle so you can see what it looks like. Boom. Really handy if I'm going to say hand this project off to somebody and I want them to have my exact color palette and not screw it up, right? So you got that. You could even store that in your drive somewhere so you always have access to them. Let me 86 that. I like things on my desktop. Then here's the cool one though. So I'm going to grab this, hit the export, and I'm going to hit Apple Color List. Booyaka! And then save it to the Desk Tizzle. Bam, now it's there. So here is your Apple color palette. So once again, we will hit the little shapey shape icon here, pop that grits, hit that, and then over here, you can bring in a new palette, right? All I really need to do, I believe, is double click that, and it should be there. It didn't pick it up. Why you not do that, Twee? But we're gonna load a palette. Why am I dumb? Why am I dumb? I've done this 1,000 times. Here we go. You want to be on the third. You know the cheek lays at the top. You want to be on the third set of palettes, right? And then you hit here, and you can say open. It's going to give you a little dialog box. Hit that, and then you got your LGL palette. Just because I'm going to duplicate this, I'm going to name this to demo, so I don't mess my stuff up, right? So you hit that, and then now there it is. Under the demo palette, I got all of my colors that I have in my standard palette. So the one thing that's dope about SIP, when you're working on a project and you already know what you're doing, when I double clicked it, I added it again. Let me delete one. I got to unlock it first. Booyaka. Oh, no, leave that one locked. That was good. Lock it, lock it, lock it. Lock it like it's hot. This is the extra. Now, so you're able to save that as that, or if I was going to work on a project with Rev and I know that he's going to be using After Effects, I could just send him Adobe Swatch Exchange palette, boom, and then I have this, and I could just send it to him, and he automatically would have my colors or the Ecamm colors or whatever, right? So super dope program. It's called SIP. It's amazing. It will save you a lot of time, and you should keep these on deck because if you ever need somebody to do something for you, you just send them that and they already have it. And having the Apple way is dope because every program in your Mac picks colors from the Apple palettes. So being able to pick colors from the Apple palettes will go a long way to saving you time and or money. Now, the other thing that you can do while you're in here, if I was to hit this text color, you see all these little empty boxes right here? I can click on these and I can build myself a list. Now, normally here's what I do. I click the gray one and I make a couple dummy boxes because that's just how Apple thing works. It doesn't allow you to do spaces. But now I can add my palette directly under in the picker. And it's tedious, but it does work. And so now whenever you come back to your picker, you can just pull from the bottom slider because you kind of have already saved your joints in here, and then you're not like hunting and pecking, looking for colors, or like, you know, Keely had her number on deck. If you only have a 2 or 3 color palette, just memorize those numbers. You know, if you smoked a lot of weed as a little bitty children and you can't remember those numbers, then put yourself a bunch of buttons down here like a such so that you can grab them. Whenever you need one, you can just grab them. You know what I mean? So that is how you do that dirt. It'll save you a lot of time and a lot of hassle. You know what I mean? Anyway, I hope that tip helps somebody out. I'm not Marshall. I don't care what he recommended. I use SIP. They probably do the same thing. But yeah, boom. Yes, text expander. Text expander, also dope. So what Keely is saying is, for instance, let me go in here and pull up this and copy that color. That's Keely's color, right? I can go to text expander and then I can hit a new snippet. Actually, let's make it even easier on myself. I can go hit new snippet from clipboard and then I'm going to label that Keely Blue with my fat finger typing. And then under the abbreviation, I can do comma, KD, B, right? And then I can hit close. So the next time I'm making something, right, I'll bring up a little square. And then let me just hit color. I can hit this, pop right here, and go comma, KD, B, transfer, bam, blue, gangster. It's there, ready to roll. Oh, I actually did it on the border and not the color. But look, you can cheat because you already did it and just pick it up. So that's the text expander way to do it. And even if I'm down here and I want to do it again, I can do comma KDB. Bam, it's there. Now everybody knows what it is. You know what I'm saying? So dope shortcuts. Text expander is life. Text expander is life. You know what I mean? You could put all myriad kind of silliness in your text expander. One of my favorite ones is to hit them with the lorems, right? When you need extra paragraphs. If you look in here, I got lorem 3 will just generate me 3 paragraphs of nonsense. Lorem 2 will generate me 2 paragraphs of nonsense, and lorem 1 will generate me 1 paragraph of nonsense, right? I got lorem A to kick the Alice in Wonderland, right? You could do a lorem unordered list, right? I used to use this a lot when I was doing websites. So I hit a lorem UL or a lorem OL, and it just really would help just drop in that code, right? You could do 1984. I believe I had some like Morgan Freeman lorems or some Samuel Jackson lorems. But yeah, you can put all kind of weird lorem ipsums in there. But that kind of stuff, yeah, text expander is life. You just don't even understand. It is super dope. Look, I even got one. If I wanted to, can I open it? No. So what it did was it has my prompts that I use for ChatGPT. I just have them as a shortcut. Delete that. But yeah, super handy type stuff. Yes. Wait, let me plug my drive back in before I be looking for something I can't find it. Oh, get back here. Okay, good. Gangsta. I gotta say, I don't know if I said this before. Mac Studio is everything. Mac Studio is absolutely everything. Ba, ba, ba. All right, so what was I was going to show you? Oh, let me get rid of that and get rid of that. You guys don't even understand how much it pains my existence to have icons on the desktop. I don't know why. It is just something about it. Something about it went into my head. I just can't take it. It just legit screws with my psyche. And I was doing a gig the other day, and I was helping out my boy, and I go to his desktop, and there's like 200 icons on the desktop. I have a visceral reaction to like people with all of the icons across the desktop. I just look at the computer, and when I first open it, I go, like I started having a mild seizure. It just, why would you do that to yourself? It's just ugly. Plus, the other thing that people that do that are always worried about is like, oh, I got to share my screen. Oh, wait, let me move all these things out the way so I can share my screen. And it's like, nah, fam, keep that mess off the desktop, and you don't have these problems. Y'all see, you're not have them problem there. I don't know why. Am I the only one? Am I crazy? I'm curious. Just let me know. All right. So, this came up the other day, but it was at the end of a conversation, and it's complicated, but I just want to let you know that 5 gigahertz on your Wi-Fi devices and 5G on your cell phone, not the same thing. They're spelt the same, but they are not the same thing. As a matter of fact, 5G on your phone stands for 5th generation. So it's technically 5GEN, not 5GHZ. So they're nowhere near the same thing. And 5th generation automatically includes the 2.4 generation. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the nerdy part of that, but at all costs, if you have your network in your house set up to run things that are on the 5 gigahertz spectrum, you almost want every device in your network to run on the 5 gigahertz spectrum. If you happen to have some devices, IoT devices famously, that use a 2.4 gigahertz, what you do is you set up a separate VLAN that works on the same octet, subnet, and you can reach them, but they're not technically on the exact same network as your 5 gigahertz stuff. Because if you have 150 5 gigahertz things on your network and you add one 2.4 gigahertz thing on your network, you can, depending on your router, squeeze everything down to the slow shit. So, yeah. Real Pimp has it segmented so the IoT things have their own VLAN, but they're all part of the same subnet so that I can hit them from anything. But yeah, boom. What'd you say, Jay? Right, right is how. Thank you, Victor. Victor, can you explain it to some folks? Because I don't know how they get it twisted like that. Rich is the icon guy. I'm with Keely, right? That's the one bad problem with hiding them is back in the day, yeah. You definitely can hide something and then you go looking for it and then you can't find it. So I definitely tend to put them where they can. There's really cool apps like Hazel and Mac shortcuts that you can use to put things in the right sort of locales where they go. Yes, like the 12G from Blackmagic. That stands for SDI, as June stated, but still, it confuses people because now that we have this bleed of, before we never worried about it. Us video people were never thinking about what network people are doing. But compliments of NDI and other stuff, there's a lot of bleed over now. And so the verbiage can get mad psycho. You know what I'm saying? What did you say, JP, that said you can't help it? Oh, I don't know. He's confusing me. Yeah, everybody got to stop with the shortcuts in their naming conventions because it ends up confusing muggles. There is a set app thing for hiding desktop. Yes, there is. I forgot the name of that app, but there is. Let me look it up real quick. Set app where you be. My finger can't find the buttons. Oh, it was right there. God, you're blind. You are a blind man. Okay, you go to collections and Mac OS Upgrade Toolkit. Mom, it's not none of them, but it's in here. Let's go to all the apps. And let's go to Mac apps. Bartender does what Rich is talking about, but for all of the crap across the top of the menu bar. Bartender is actually pretty dope. I don't really use it that much anymore because now I've gotten much better at limiting the amount of crap I install that runs across the top of the screen. I used to go super psycho with that. I use Text Sniper on a regular basis. It is built into the OS now. Text Sniper is better, but that's why it has a little hot next to it. If you happen to have something of that nature, you guys all know I use this. YouTube doesn't like when we talk about it. But I mean, those 3 apps alone make it worth the cost of set app. And it's, I believe, docrock.live/set app if you are thinking about it. Better Touch Tool is dope. That's sort of like Keyboard Maestro. Where in the hang did it go? This keep your Mac awake thing, it used to be called Caffeinate. That's so easy to do with a terminal command in the Stream Deck. So I wouldn't bother install a whole app for that. Just set up a terminal command and you're good to go there. This trip mode I recommend all the time. This is good for people that you can tell what apps to be available when and where. So when you're live, you can turn off all myriad sort of things. Where did it go? What in the hang is the name of that thing? Sonoma's messing with me, favorite. Yeah, I used to do that. I used to just have a folder on the desktop called pending, and you would just throw a bunch of things in there. Yes, that is so true. That is so true. Man, it's bothering me because I know the name of the damn thing, but now I can't find it. They also might have removed it from said app, but if you already had it installed, it's good to go, but nobody else can install it. That happens from time to time. I thought it was called Unclutter, if I remember correctly. I might be high. Let me look over here. I think it's called Unclutter to be specific. Uncloutter. Unclutter app. Yep, that is it. And it is right here. It's in this damn thing because I just seen the icon. You're dumb. There it is. Unclutter. That is it. And it's cool because you can make it like rearrange your desktop. You can make it hide all your joints, right? All kind of cool stuff like that. Oh, you know what is dope now is using widgets on the board. Like that's kind of fun. They also have an app here to do that too. That's a little bit more beefy than was built into the OS. But I like having widgets. Widget wall is the one that's built into here that allows you to pin things to your setup. But yeah, so far so good. There's been so good stuff. I need unclutter from my room. It's the computer version of sweeping everything under the rug. These are facts. These are facts. Actually, in the OS, you can do that with stacks. I kind of stopped using stacks because, like Keely said, I would throw things into the stack and then forget it was there and then go looking for it and then make another one and then make another one and then make another one. And that got old real quick. So we're going to do some of this at camp, but I want to go ahead and launch the wait list for the Mac OS for creators situation. So let me turn that sucker on. Brain cells. If you just go to the site and sign up for the newsletter, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, we couldn't figure it out. The W's don't work. You have to do it sans W's. I've tried to fix it, and I broke it like 80 times trying to fix it. I just gave up. We'll just leave it like that. If you go to the website and then click on the site itself and hit the mailing list, you'll automatically be on the list. But I will make a separate email page to set that up. I've kind of built the dummy for it, but I haven't like gone in and fixed it, if that makes any sense. So that way I have everybody signed up, and then I will go ahead and pick a date. And then once we pick that date, of course, after camp, it'll probably be directly after camp, we will do the Mac OS for creators talking about Sonoma, and boom. You know what my job was prior to doing this? Apple Genius. So the answer is yes. Of course. It happens every update. Why? Why does it happen every update? I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to guess why it happens every update, which is why I am so mad. It happens every year. It's super irritating. So I should know that it's coming. But every update, every new phone, everybody does their first 1 week review, and the first thing they do is bitch about battery life. And that is the dumbest possible argument in the planet. Why? Anybody want to gather why? First person that comes up with an answer to why, I'm going to give you a free choice of merch out of the Doc Rock merch store because it's common mother freaking sense. I'm just going to sit here and wait. I want somebody to type it in the chat. Why does your CPU usage go up and your battery life go up after a brand new OS or a brand new phone / iOS launch? Those two answers are wrong, but I appreciate them. June, you get free stuff anyway. You're my brother. Oh my God, that conspiracy theory makes me want to kill people. Joking. People who listen to the transcription. Oh, that conspiracy theory is so dumb. But everybody swears like, oh, they're just doing that to make it obsolete so you have to buy a new one. Yeah. That's a good guess, Rich. That is a good, man. Where the hell you been? How you been? It is a good guess, but that's not quite it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give this win to Al. Al is the closest. Al is the closest. I'm going to just leave it at Al is the closest. All right, so let's go into the App Store real quick. And I'm going to just do this. No, don't do that. Oh, yeah, I do this faster. I'm going to just do this. Actually, no. It's better to show you the whole thing. Hold on, wait. Let me hit the demo mode again. My button is broken for today for some reason. All right, this is just macOS App Store right here. Okay? These are all the updates that got to go down today. These are all the updates that happened since Wednesday when Sonoma came up. So every app on your computer is set for the old OS. So, especially developers who are lazy and or late looking at you, Adobe, all the apps on your computers have to do updates in the background. So when you add a new OS, if you got 140 apps installed in your computer, probably in the first week, 120 of them will update. The last 20, those are the lazy developers that don't update for 6 months. But your computer is freaking busy when you get an update. It's just like when you move into a new house. When you unpackage everything, you reorganize the kitchen cabinets. You reorganize the bookshelf. If you're my brother, you color code your freaking books and you alphabetize your albums and you pull out rulers and shit to make sure that they're perfectly centered on the shelf because he's a damn psycho. So, of course, your computer is busy doing adjustments for the new updates. You got to re-index the hard drive for the new updates in Spotlight. You have to do the maintenance upgrades that are there. Security updates are happening in the background. If you have it set for automatic, security updates are happening probably like every 3 or 4 days for the first month or two. So, yeah. And on your new phone, it's downloading all of the old junk to your new phone, which is why I say never do that, which is why it's funny as hell. Every reviewer, including people as smart as Marquez, will come out and say, oh, my new 15 Pro Max, I don't feel like I'm getting the battery life I should. No, dummy, because your phone is busy upgrading shit in the background, and you know this. because you said it in other videos, but people freaking forget. You can't judge your phone at all until maybe the second or third update and about a month into it, because the data from the lab and the data from the 200-300 test users isn't analogous to the damn near, say, let's say 100 million users that get the phone. You know what I'm saying? 28 million in the first month or so. That's real data. Now you can make decisions off of actual data that's being collected. So you immediately make updates. And if you look at your phone right now, unless it happened for you last night, an update came out yesterday. Let me see. Yeah, mine happened last night. So update came out yesterday. So you're on iOS 17.0.2. iOS 17.0.1 came out the exact same day that iOS 17 came out. So it'll probably upgrade again on Tuesday. It's going to happen at least every couple of days until late November, because a whole bunch of people ain't getting their phones until October. So your phone and your computer run into the exact same problem. It's not really a problem. It's just it has to do its maintenance. I switched my pass IDs to type IDs so that somebody grabs your phone, they can't look at your fingerprint on the screen and figure it out. And man, it's good, and it's a pain in the butt when you lock yourself out, because it takes forever to get back in, especially when you have a complicated password. So yeah, even on this device, it tells me to rock the 1702 update. So let me plug it in so I can run that now. But yeah, so that happens. It happens. Pretty much common sense. So Al, drop me an email or DM me and tell me what you want from the store, and I'll send you a gift code for that. Since you are the winner. Correct. Kevin, you are correct. There you go, Victor. It's funny, right? Like, this is why this conversation is hilarious to me. Victor's an IT professional. So you would think he would know that. And it doesn't mean that he's wrong for not knowing it. It's just, it's easy to forget. It's super, super easy to forget, right? It's easy to forget that your electric bill in the house is cranked up because you accidentally left a window crack when you thought it was closed. Well, I don't, that doesn't make sense, but that's between you and Mike. He's a level 3. So, there you go. Appreciate it. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I have done on a Mac Mini, actually on a MacBook Air, Keely was there. I forgot who else was with me on the call, but on a MacBook Air 2, I did 6 guests on regular and 2 on Skype, and it didn't even blink. So there's that. That was like 2 Ecamm versions ago. I just love this. This is so cool. This is super cool. I just like the fact that it segments out the super chats now. I think that's glorious. That is glorious. Man, there was one other thing that I was going to tell y'all guys, and I done damn sight forgot what it was. That is crazy. It's bananas. All right, I'm going to stop streaming in a second, but I do need to make a new QA thumbnail. But I'll do that in the Discord, in the after party type situation. All right, so some updatey type things. Alicia asked for the travel notion, so I've been mucking with that. And I have been playing with making a template for a couple weeks back. We did the like how to do a slog. You know what I'm saying? Here, it's making more sense if I bring it up. Go away. Go away, go away. Yo, Rich and Keely and Michelle, since you guys are here, I think Michelle's still here. Um, did you guys give any thought to doing the sort of six hats version of a creator's pod? That would be just so dope. That would just be so dope. All right. Where's the one that I was drafting the other day? All right, here I can show you. I can show you. So I've been playing with this, and why are you weird? It's not working. All right, anyway. So what I've been coming up with is you type in the name of your thing, and then you hit at now. If you type at now, it generates something looks like this, right? If I do at now, it just puts the day at 9:10 a.m. Tomorrow, it will say yesterday. And then after that, it'll start to bring in the right thing. So I did that by hitting the at now command. Maybe I did make a duplicate, but let me 86 that. So I made sections. So I made a section for just post drafts. It's just like scratch paper where you sit there, go write something. And I did make a tweet based on the draft. So I copied the tweet in here using the web clipping like this, WB. And then I added the web bookmark, which is that tweet, right? Which was me talking to my friend Andrew, who is the owner and one of the lead designers at 12 South. Then I was looking at stands and I was trying to figure out which one I wanted. And this is the older version of the 12 South stand, but I ended up wanting the newer version. So I guess I could have added the newer one there, but I didn't. Then I made a section that says videos that I liked. I didn't paste anything that day because I was busy. And then if you have stuff you want to drop in for later, that's going to be there. And then this is my scratch paper playground. This is where you just like write random notes or whatever, put links. And so it's a cool way of slogging. Now that I've kind of figured out some of the things I want to land on the page, I'm going to go back and generate the databases for that to happen and turn it into a day page template once I figure the database parts out. I'm still mad rookie on databases, and I'll build it as far as I think I can, and then I'm going to see Kat in like a week. So Kat will help me fix it, but I'm going to give this to you guys for anybody that wants to play with doing this stuff in Notion. And like I did my six hats sort of creator type situation where I was talking about that. And again, I mean, it's just something dope about the way this works. Similar to Apple Notes, but it just has things that Apple Notes don't have that takes it to the next level. And so I'm having a lot of fun just using this to sort of track all of my myriad stuff. And let me disappear the screen for a second just to show you how psycho you can get. When I went to Osaka, I had made even like my packing list, and I turned it into the most incredible thing. But I'll give you like a quick, brief, like look-see. I just put a blank calendar here so I can see what's going on. I had like my itinerary, like what was going on in the various days that I had already like absolutely booked. I had places that we wanted to go to, which we went to most of those, right? And just kind of like when you click into one of those, it would have the address, the phone number if you needed it, pictures of stuff I wanted to remember to eat, like the Jubilee map to get to the location if you needed it. If it was something that came, with tickets, it had like the tickets kind of involved. Was kind of cool. I had some stuff on the packing list, but I made an actual packing list, which I'll show you in a second. I didn't journal or anything, but that was something that was available. And let me pull out the packing list because as psycho as it is, it was kind of fun making it. So here, I'll give you the quick overview. I went in and I had it like the things that I was going to add. I even put out like what I was carrying. This is all my gear list. I even had my my kicks. And if you click it, like it would actually show you the actual kicks, right? And if you don't know any better, fam, when you travel, rock waterproof shoes that are comfortable to walk in because wet shoes instantly jacks up the rest of your trip. That whole day walking around with wet feet is obnoxious. I even put in like my merino wool type, Patagonia joints that I was rocking. It's just, I went a little psycho on this, but good fun. So Alicia asked me for my travel dashboard. So I'm going to go in there and boom. Why you got the black hat? Hey, Michelle, that's so good. Oh, so you already recorded it? Michelle, is that the newest episode or is it not out yet? I want to hear that one because the idea seemed like it would be fun to hear you guys do it. So I would love to hear you guys. If it's a new episode, let me know. I'll pop that. Anyway, we're going to jump into Discord real quick. You guys know what it is. Anybody that's not in Discord, sorry. You can jump in. You can get there. Bicky, you have, yeah, you should be good on everything. Let me see. You can't see any channel or this specific channel. Let me know because we're about to jump in. So you should be gravy to slide in. And let me go to the lounge. Aubrey, make sure you click on the right lounge. I don't want to have to drag you in again. But yes, Vicky, send a message to Keela and I right now. We'll slide you in. We'll be in the lounge. The lounge is in the front. You should be good to go. All right, gang. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Tuesday be the last one before we wrap up. June, after class or something. If you're at home, I'll bring up the mics and whatnot. Or it's in the bag right here if you want to grab it. You let me know. I'll bring it up or you can come down. Holla at your boy. Peace out. A-Town Stump.
City of mine. How I love the city of mine. It never gets me down.